Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahawashi, Bahasham, Barakahakudash, Barakathum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the brother Ra'aya with another video, and I'm going to start it off in the book of Obadiah, which is a book entirely dedicated to you Edomites, or so-called white people. Verse 1, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And that ambassador sent among the heathen are the men of the Lord, the prophets of the Most High, chiefly through GMS or Great Millstone, going out onto the highways and byways preaching this word, as well as putting up video epistles like this, saying, Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. These different nations turning against you Edomites. And right now, these different nations, including other Edomite nations, turning against the United States of America, which is biblically known as Babylon the Great. Now I'm going to jump down to verse 7, dealing with the allies of the United States of America turning against her. All the men of thy confederacy, or your allies, have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And there will come a time during this upcoming World War III where all of the United States of America's allies will turn against her and shoot 200 million nuclear missiles onto her. But I won't be dealing with that specifically in this video. What I will be dealing with is America's ally, Turkey, turning against her and allying themselves with Russia. And you're seeing the beginning stages of that right now. Over these past couple of years, you've seen Turkey move closer and closer to Russia. Turkey has been buying Russia's S-400 anti-missile defense systems, which has been a big piece of contention between Turkey and the United States of America. And Russia has also teamed up with Turkey to help them build a nuclear reactor, which all Turkey has to do is enrich uranium and they'll have nuclear weapons. And then during the Syrian civil war, Turkey was allied with the United States of America, and the United States of America allowed them to carve out a northern corridor for themselves in northern Syria. But then, as I've been saying, they've been moving closer and closer to Russia, so it was all futile. As it says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, Turkey being an ally of the United States of America, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread, they that helped you go against Bashar al-Assad during the Syrian civil war and have eaten the bread of your assistance, have laid a wound under thee. After they carved out a northern corridor in Syria with your help, they laid that wound under you by further allying themselves with Russia. But now, I'm going to profile a little bit of this clip from the Common Sense Show titled Turkey, the Turkey Problem is Growing, and just to further show that the men of thy confederacy are turning against thee. They that ate thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Turkey moving closer and closer to Russia, which is all a part of biblical prophecy.
Turkey. Oh, they got a turkey running Turkey, that's for sure. He's got nuclear weapons inside his country. We have a military base there, and he's turning Russia into his best friend. And Russia's poised to go to war with Ukraine. Yeah. Whose side are you on, Oregon? I mean, I think fidelity is probably not his strong suit. He's becoming best friends with Russia. Well, he has nuclear weapons, and he's part of NATO. NATO was created because of Russia, or more accurately, the Soviet Union, 6 1, half dozen another.
And like I just said, even America's other NATO allies during World War III are going to turn against her. And they're going to ally with Russia as well to shoot those 200 million nuclear missiles onto her. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9, an assembly of nations assembled unto the north country, Russia, to spare no arrows, nuclear missiles being shot onto Babylon, the United States of America.
Which, by the way, good old Putin is trying to reconstruct the Soviet Union. Yeah, it's part of what Ukraine's all about. Belarus, they'll be next. All these outlying republics, Kazakhstan, they'll be next. He wants them all back. Remember, he was ex-KGB in '89, and Soviet Union fell, and he wants to restore the glory. He wants that to be his legacy. He preserved the Soviet Socialist Union Republic. Okay, and now he's got Turkey.
Biblical prophecy taking place right before your very eyes. This is Ezekiel chapter 38. I'm going to start at verse 1. The word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, which is the biblical name for Russia, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. That's the Most High putting spiritual hooks into the jaws of Gog or Russia and turning them back into that old confrontational Soviet Union spirit. And what did Dave Hodges just say?
All these outlying republics, Kazakhstan of Russia, or more accurate, and he's part of NATO. NATO was created because of Russia, or more accurately, the Soviet Union, 6 one, half dozen another, which, by the way, good old Putin is trying to reconstruct the Soviet Union, yeah? Which, by the way, good old Putin is trying to reconstruct the Soviet Union, which, by the way, good old Putin is trying to reconstruct the Soviet Union, yeah? It's part of what Ukraine's all about. Belarus, they'll be next. All these outlying republics, Kazakhstan, they'll be next. He wants them all back. Remember, he was ex-KGB in '89, and Soviet Union fell, and he wants to restore the glory. He wants that to be his legacy. He preserved the Soviet Socialist Union Republic.
I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Okay, and now he's got Turkey.
And now he's got Turkey. I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company, with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, all of Gog or Russia's military hardware, from fighter jets, tanks, artillery pieces, S-400s, soldiers, etc., etc. And over these past couple of years, Russia has been flexing its muscles in different parts around the planet. They're building up their military assets in that Arctic Ocean region. They've refurbished a naval port in Syria, as well as having a military presence in Syria due to them helping Bashar al-Assad during the Syrian civil war. They're selling S-400s to Turkey, as well as helping them build a nuclear reactor. And during World War III, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, or that Middle Eastern region, they're going to bring down more of their forces to fight in the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the War of Armageddon. Verse 5, Persia, which is the ancient name for Iran, which Russia is an ally of, Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, which is speaking of Turkey. And what did Dave Hodges just say? And now they have Turkey and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Gog is definitely being a guard unto these smaller nations. Russia is the top ally of Iran, and as we're seeing, Russia is also being a guard unto Gomer or Turkey, again, giving them those S-400s, as well as helping them build nuclear reactors in their country. And in turn, Turkey is moving closer and closer to Russia, becoming a stronger ally with them and becoming an enemy of the United States of America.
And they got our nuclear weapons.
And they got our nuclear weapons.
This is crazy. By the way, did you know Turkey is one of the most powerful armies in the world? Do you know that they could be turned on the Middle East in the second if they became a Russian ally and there's no defense? It's doubtful that Russia and Turkey could be stopped by Israel.
And they will be turned on the Middle East. They're also going to be down in the Valley of Jehoshaphat with Russia, the United States of America, China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, the state of Israel, these other NATO nations, etc., for the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the War of Armageddon. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the heathen Gentiles, prepare war, the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, World War III, the War of Armageddon, nuclear war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Again, the United States of America, Turkey, Iran, Russia, China, the state of Israel, these other NATO nations, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh, and those mighty ones are the death angels of the Most High, holding back this great destruction, waiting to get the go-ahead to release it, which is going to mainly happen after the MOTB, the Charagma, the MICROCHIPIMPLANT is mandatorily implemented. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh's Shabbat in the Hebrew, or Yahweh's judgment. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And when you go up to the first couple of verses in this chapter, you'll see why the Most High is judging these heathen nations, because they've afflicted the apple of his eye, the true children of Israel, who are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And at the top of that list are you Edomites, especially in the United States of America, Babylon the Great, whose allies, such as Turkey, are beginning to turn against her. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, the valley of Yahweh Shabbat in that Middle Eastern region, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. And it's very near if you've got that spiritual eye salve. So that's it with this video. And with this video, I hope you sincere Akim are edified. As we can clearly see, with each passing day, these biblical prophecies are becoming louder and louder and coming closer and closer to their fulfillment. So as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.